and they constitute over 70 to 75% of government borrowing.
Christ me.
Next is a competition. Yet while a Bob Busia Fechi. Nipa mienu miensa na omo ye tap arrangement. Nti wo ti hwa ne abati said obi turn upon chair or obi yare or turn upon opiska or nyo obi.
Michelle Kwanswa no wato.
Papa. Nti companies be na no omo tapom. Ma menchira wa de say market rate re be 18%. Now go tapo obi 21%. No ma 100 Ghana no gi at 21%. E china o de ba marketer. So about beton secondary market now. Because the interest rate no 21% a yield market near 18 no. That's right. Man born cost so send back to 18. Nti wo turn 100 na ye ma 21%. What they call market and sana obenya 18%. This a born cost from 100 to maybe 105, 106. Okay. Nti say tria o sa 21% no. Now expressing as a percentage of how much I want to say I ton amount na. The rate is 18%. We call it a yield.
A yield?
Good. But on no turn 100 no. So see our bet on 105 and we are talking volumes of billions. Into onya 5 cities kwa or bakoso. Na say 1 billion bonds no to ya 5 billion. Enra de ne ya yo. Sika onya no jade so no. That is the reality of our time. No, but Nana, me yanka hwe kura na o ma sha se na o modwa no.
Ene ka de se o ka no.
Eno na me gusu a me yi bako ba.
Yi bra.
Nti o re sa emuaye a o choro ye yi. A o gina se Ecobank, o se o mo ye dia 9, Ecobank, Absa, dia o betwe se wo mo ne asam na America. Na data bank de brax up o mo ti pay ni data bank. O mo ti pay ni Ecobank ni Stanbic ni ada. Stanbic form son call for mo nom compete here and no bank international banks na sefo. Oh, wo so ni omo a wo ni omo compete here no. Any Togo Fedemo Strategic African Securities mo. EDCs, HFC brokerage. Omo na no omo compete here data bank here Ecobank ni Stanbic bank ni Absa any Citibank no. Any GCB no. So eba ni say ana wankasa report no. We say 17 primary dealers qualified, non-bank financial, 17. Okay. Eba ni say na wokoyi 3 every 17 one, 2 ebe ye wo companies.
David Tobo. 17 na qualified.
5.
Woko akoyi mu 3.
Wokoyi mu 3.
2 ya modia.
Modia.
Ko
Amasanchan fire 1. Ana odo omo aba be fra omo anya omo na onom compete here no nti hu na ya so obeden ko for dia 9 ade na Adongo wo complain na ko for here 9 banks yi kura ya omo bobo mudin Akukudam, Ecobank, Stanbic Bank, Absa, Carl Bank, GCB Bank, Fidelity Bank, ana IC Securities ni no mutipe no ba ko na aka na me kira wo any IC Securities o mutipe no omo no omo na goro ye we no mo ne ye champions omo nka ho et say they will compare Champions League clubs to Europa League. Two different things. So these people that he's listed here, Data Bank, Black Star Brokerage did not compete with them for a slot. Don't really report no could do baby omo ka kind of cry natural. Sadio omo try me share anything I'm touching because it doesn't waste my time. And almost akofa by unu e be kasa wa here no omo man say pie by say social media article. Now obetra no social media. Or say at the end of the deadline 32 banks and non-bank financial institutions applied. Okay. Out of this total submission 25 met the infrastructure and minimum capital requirement to be PDs. Nkofo na omukura 1,000 no kura meet minimum capital requirements to be PDs. Of the 23 who met the minimum requirement, 17 were approved to be PDs. This is a significant increase from the 12. Now, out of the 17, we 3. We only Data Bank, Black Star Brokerage, and IC Securities. IC Securities, even under NDC, was the biggest player in the market. Okay. Was the biggest player in the market. So it would have been very unfair. To take him to take that. Everybody knows IC Securities. Okay. Inti wodo ho akobata IT securities. Ana wode unua no deputy ne company no so akobata ho. Multi-penny IT securities.
Debbie.
Neba ne say na ye charge a adia
I
miensa.
don't know say IC security ye kan for Atta dia no.
O na kan. Ena minimum. Minimum no.
Abrantie bi ye say a friend Paul Adomoche o say wa ye adwuma na che ne dia.
I see those here there.
Sa no Paul kan.
Na minimum no there. Benana. Why ye adwuma che? Adwuma be na wo ye. O ba abem no. Ye heavyweight for no. Na wo de 100 million.
Okay.
Nti o tra wiase 30 years na obo brabon a eno so ye kan ho.
Chai. Punchline.
Na kan ho. O tra wiase 30 years no wo market na wo se wo na start in 1990 no. Ye ba ya ye hwe akuku dam no wo de na 100 million. Eno no nsusu aso 2017. Mwa. Nti se ke pa omo amo wo sika pa omo be ye adwuma ye bo ko bo bosia a ye 20 billion a quarter nka 100 million for na ye de onko. Nana 100 million for na nka ye de onko.
Debbie.
Na omo kura billions no tifie.
That is a scam.
Wo dia make kaba.
Okay.
Make kaba. Omo dwe se ahoro ni nkosoro. Omo free South Africa ba ye hu.
Hey.
What am I say? And they say they are the biggest players. They should show us brokerage firms I am using here. A tap arrangements ni now over 70%. Look, they say omo excuse omo ma say omo ne bank or World Bank IMF na say for edi nkomo na omo say omo introduce bond market specialists na market ni deep na ade no. Omo quote numbers be brave, very exciting numbers. I say, consistent with the debt market reform agenda of government, we have witnessed significant increase in performance on the market. The Ghana fixed income market saw a record-setting year with 108 billion in trade volumes, exceeding the 100 million target in 2020 by 8.4. He said government securities recorded 97.5 billion in trade volumes during the same period, equivalent to 90% of the total trade volume in 2020. The record trading on the bond market was fueled by attractive real reforms on fixed income securities and increased liquidity among banks and fund managers. Domestic investors accounted for 80% of trading on the market. This was 2020. 2020, now only bond market specialists. And so you had record-breaking borrowing. This is not record-breaking feeding of the people.
Borrowing.
She said, "Oh, boy, Abaso said, oh, now to me, boy, Bosia pa sida obiasi in 2020. So time no na bond market specialists in your." And you are saying that this record was more than 68% who achieved 2019.
So born who Abaso say wa bobe sen pa.
Wa bobo say na wa bob modern so. And modern boy a boy na bond market specialist in here. Who fixes something that is not broken? Nti ba ni say na 2021 una osabe create bond market specialist at the car book runners. Now, let me see the definition or how they define a bond market specialist, and you will see why they brought them. Okay. Okay, see, primary dealers are institutions authorized by the Bank of Ghana and have the exclusive right to participate in the wholesale, also auction of treasury bills, bond market special. And then he goes on to define bond market. He said bond market specialists are primary dealers that have the exclusive right to participate in the sale, distribution, and primary issuance of auction of or otherwise of all GOG treasury bills.
Government of Ghana.
Government of Ghana treasury bills, notes, and bonds. When you say book runners, I'm on running treasury bills. Book runners.
They don't
run bonds.
treasury bills.
Bonds are done by auction.
Okay.
Into almost far figure now, we say, yeah, 97 billion. Let's just say, bonds on one. Treasury bills count. The business need na nyamai.
Oh. And the ones when you come from more running.
Book runners no, bonds no. Now you see 97 years. Treasury bills. 91 day treasury bills, 182 treasury bills, and note, bank 1 year note. And count. There's a business need be that way. What is here? Business need be that way. Na you pay 97 ni na. Enti yan creative bond market specialists. Ni yan making no. Onua ni definition no. Give them the exclusive right to wholesale all government securities and treasury bills. Nana? Eno neti huno.
But so where you create loot and share.
I think that word has been overused.
Okay.
We have to be creative to find the right. Because this one, you can't even get the word for it now. Mami Chawadi.
Tell me.
After almost establishing bond market specialists, check your issuers calendar. Any government borrowing program from 2021. We started shifting away from long-term maturities to the short end of the market. In the first, the government to corner Kobobo 20 billion. Ebia, obe making sure say loans no be no 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Until a year na to ya dream ni anyamre, ni ho ahenhan ya 5 years, 6 years. Enti they say no say 3 billion na okope. So who issue for 5 years fee no gene ba kope. This is 5 years bi.
That's right.
Mwa.
And one no.
They say yenchem. Ye break bulk. They say yenchem ko 91 day. Enti me call back at wa. Na me ko borrow 5 billion na. Me borrow on 91 day. Ma je fees no ho.
Hona.
Say 91 days, a bedroom 91 days na so let's say refinance.
That's right.
Abai su niska. Masa ko bo bisia ni biem. Na the same you masaje. E wa bra ka me bo bosia no 5 years ka me gi fees ni 5 years. This am 5 years biem. But when they every 3 months bia be didi.
So they can borrow more and get
so
more.
Now the 5 billion that you should have borrowed for 5 years. If you are borrowing on 91 day, you are actually doing 20 billion a year on that same transaction. Who repeat 5 billion no every 3 months into form 1 year no how many? 20 billion. Into instead of saying kebe tuya fees on 5 billion no, we will pay fees on 20 billion. Woo! Nana adene hu. Meka chom say me yanka sai na makwakwo tro sa bibi we ya. O adene na omo kire volumes no started from 2019. At 2017, no money abem. No money book runners. 2018, no money abem. No money book runners. Why? Because you will see where they came from to grow the business.
About Parliament, Mr. Speaker, in 2017, a total amount of 17.3 billion in 3, 5, 7, 10, 15-year local currency government bonds and 221.4 million in domestic US dollar government bonds was raised from the domestic market with the assistance of the joint book runners. We know be check isika o mo che wo hona.
Nana. Bosia no ka 17 billion na ebo a. Ka bi ni say nam almost 400 billion. Mebusa o. Unim say there is something they call the debt management report. Corridi 2017 debt management report. Obo hu discover do amobo obosia. Oh, you say Udintro no amatokura dem.
Onye baby afa
ibi. Oho kire wa fa ho pie. Se sie ya we si tokuro yi dai. Wo name yi. Sa 17 billion. Total deficit in 2007 in nominal value na say. How much of maturing debt? Now unti kroba unti dey bia reprofiling. And no ye debt a omo beto ya. Ebre na so omo tua sa afi na omo ni sika. Omo bobo si asha na mu.
Okay. Ebesi abanda da boy no.
Yes. A omo ni sika omo metua nti no. Omo bob bosia foforo edi besia na mu. Wokọ bob bosia foforo a na odi abetua we ka. Na yesi a wondi we ka na emo maso esi na odi nka. So what you say?
Matias
eno na omo say ye ne bosia na omo bo ama bosia no koso nti wokọ je obi de besi obi anam a bosia koso. Nye obi gina dia. Refinancing kwa na esen. Eno so bukura na siya o. Eno so bukura na siya. Ansa na o deficit so kura na yesika ka fofra wo bo no so kura no esa ka ho ante ekosan. Sa document we obeka ye no one day to hang him. One day to hang him.
In 2018, government after the first mandate of the JBRs had expired selected 5 firms, namely Barclays Bank Ghana, Data Bank, Fidelity Bank, IC Securities, and Stanbic Bank Ghana as the new JBRs through an evaluation process. The decision to increase the JBRs to 5 was in response to the deepening of the market and the need to increase the marketing and selling of GOG bonds across a wider investor base. Maybe we saw no question we but men to us or
I man ma wa dwen kom brofo no so bebre.
Okay.
Brofo kan na no. Enkosiaga. Odi nipa 3 or 4 ene ko bo bosia. Wo so mutimi bo bosia ebi sida. Nti wo sa de ba kwa beka wa ede. Osususu o 2020 ikura no. So wo de bosia no onni limit. O bo bosia no keke. Sika se na besi a wo ko bo bosia because bosia a wo ko bo no is dictated by your deficit. Dictated by your maturity, sir. Say, or refinance a uniska. Moi. It is so, unconfort me ma 97 billion panampa. Usa penipa bakuna kahoma na kofa bebre na ba ma odi aye den.
Wow.
Na se so obeti abonte na osemi na be ye adwuma ni na se have to be rabi.
Na menya kakra ni.
Nana, ebe wi ase hwan e den bai. Hwan e den bai. Obi anani company ana mebusa se ade na omo nkyere 2017 2018 na omo jump call 2019 nanka ye hu tama wo no onye ndidi me no se na not ye.
But on about the parliament air trainer was said dachi document you Onua na de bai
nana wa ba be ansa me need to me ametimi akokọ audit no sa audit no kra yenya no ordinary or it has to be a forensic audit
na mun friend be one parliament o
enya me nkwa madwe parliament in adwen ada na oba ye me sorry no question na second deputy speaker na tiagwem muza azeka no forata Collins na osu tria na anya bia ebi wo mu a wonim se wo shares wo mana. Speaker overruled my question. A very legitimate question. That borders on conflict of interest.
But now ususu se bi ho or shares.
Na say data bank show obeka them. Ana me say busa say anya bia compensate o tria ye no. Ebi wo ho ma wo tria ya wonim se sa oksikai obekwa konya bi edi. Overruling. What did I mention? I say, why are you overruling a minister of finance who is dominant in the space where he operates? Look, reading all our prospectus, I receive monies, Eurobonds, CC buy. Every bia or qua or na or tip plane no sono. Na data bank is bottom.
Oh, how?
Data bank na nene kwa bobo sian manu amanone. Read all the prospectus. Ndidipa na oka omo say wa resign na o resign na shareholder and so fa ho ba so wa resign. Ye asema ye kan ye salary asem.
David.
Wo resign your salary na obeje mwa.
Sure.
A salary asem na ye kan. Ye ka profit. Ubenya. What you say? What fa asuma sia be so say ka adwuma yi so ma me. na me kwa ye adwuma bi nso aba me ba obebu akunta se me kwa ye no sika no adore ana se eyirai eno wasem ne yeka nti wo kwa ye no na wo pe kwan bi so a wo de be dore wo company a eno wasem ne yeka. Look, we share the shareholding of Data Bank.
That's right.
There's a company called Data Bank Financial Holdings Limited. It's registered offshore. It's a foreign company. It takes 74%
of what?
It is 70. It owns 74% of the shares.
Okay.
This is a foreign company. Inti sikeya ya pama Data Bank nyina no entra kroma.
According to Okuta
74% no gi ni dividends a ekọ maybe a free buy. Inti yeri egu kroma yesu say dollars ana MTN for na di dollar ko ni ade no. Sa na Minister of Finance na ngasa company no was 74%
at the core.
That is the shareholding of the company. There's no interpretation other than the fact that if the company makes profit and declares dividends, 74% of the dividends will go to an offshore company.
Na kobi me hu number 2 ho.
Omwa ayi Ofori Atta Kelly Gajepo. Okay, I said 2017 Metro article. My concern was that we share regulatory space in the financial industry now. Me can say I'm sure here. A bedroom baby the company be EBS Alliance ayentimi regulator. And at that time, Kele Gajepo here was sitting on the board of Bank of Ghana.
Asema na kai. Honorable.
Nana. We are masaka.
What say? Nipo to sumienu ndi ne desai.
Kele Gajepo.
Not
the Bank of Ghana board so. Tama make say we should the way a data bank and enterprise group. Omo workers ne any owners ne na regulatory space na. E see there is obe regulator. Nipa na obo wapo no.
Yeah, ready.
Tio. Nipa na obo wapo no. Ukwa ahimfie akobo wa mane obukwa na ni papa neto.
Ya titi abomapo. Me kwa himfie na makoye reporter. Me koya ya papa.
Eneto
na me koye ne ba ho reporter amano.
Oko Securities and Exchange Commission. Openya no ye vice president of Data Bank and or resigning near the call home as Director General of Securities and Exchange Commission. Or no regulated Data Bank, a regulated Black Star Brokerage. Into Okwa himfie na ko to say omo cheshia ina eye papa yi nkofo a
Honorable Adongo asema wonke wa sheda na say repeat ho no
nana
what's the third person here there
me say third person no Kaligajepo 2017-18 not the board of or a board member
Bank of Ghana
na me catch am say hey mo hwe bie
okay
because Bank of Ghana ho no insemusi a wan na de koda no nye board
sure
obekọ board na ha neto
Gajepo
ndizesie ya ahụ aba asem uko Bank of Ghana ha na okokacha
Gajepo
uko Securities and Exchange Commission obekọ no na obrimpon na onu na ohwe Data Bank amane tumpon no onu ne edina kwotena se ohwe Data Bank any other companies onu omo compete na no ohwe so how ni di the Reverend Ogbami Tete
osanso asofo
sa asem we maka muntie kanye se menui ebetra hakika nsem ya fe to Ghana fo adwemu a na munum se media amanyosem na meye
enti Antaru director show ana yede na kosi Nilante office se bomodi ana hwe na TV program se wo Ghana ha director shows ni na prepare na yamra wo ho na bibia nkoso ye ne ye kwa report ya manipa na sese ye report ye kwoto ye Onua na te ho ne ye kwa report Onua ni show amano
papa nti onwanwa se
Antaru se onwanwa de
nana onwanwa se securities companies in our collapse in our data bank the black star brokerage in a few.
Because they all have on net ho.
Ono net ho. Wo hu adwuma bosome bia wo be fale a wo hu adwuma wonya no homo so akọ pesa adwuma no. Nti uti ho na customers ira.
Oh, now I got it. It's what the report the ba.
Open net ho.
Adwuma wo ye ma wonya sika no mu.
Omu
Ne wa bre na po.
Nana, enu ye one.
Okay.
May 2000 and
one
and May 2018.
Okay.
Thereabout. Okay, say answer na ebegu banks. The report was clear. Said Data Bank was going around taking its monies from the banks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the banks are collapsed. Obviously, came from the every other data. A bank said no moon see collapse banks. A bank said no moon see collapse banks.
Okay, Data Bank.
Banks, yeah, Data Bank. Then no mutimi yom sika freelance and collapse banks.
Banks na
collapse here.
Data Bank yi
maybe I know who sika o homo yi here.
And say collapse.
And say collapse. We are then who say collapse bank. And now we are magician now so that na obe use ka. Ye kan wo say obi an ka hwe anche obi a ono an business yi no koyi. Look, after that. Ana ogba mi tete o te sec hon. Sure letter bus financial services war under sec ni na say obia wo je nkofo sika so ode ko bo obosiama obi so okoye den ko ji sika ni na fabra beto bank account na me meni hu sika ni what be that Ghana ba kosem eti me ji sika no me de bi brel moi me ye deposit fixed deposit bi ho ana wo ji ana won so ji ye na asuma sisi ni factory opes ka na ode man no so on fan kosi factory no ntua ka 5 years time. Say I say jiska nebra. Factory na wo de kwa na say wo de ho na eko.
Oh, yes. Number 4.
Meba, mami ska we nkosi.
Ah, okay. Kasi na ba number 4.
Ndi omo de ne sa na sector we kwaji we dia. Ana wo say financial services flows. Sika ne ba na eko na de obi dia ma obi. Sa ndi se onye twaso na sika ne mabie mu dia. E ho na ebe hu ne tenten. Eno na ma asesi a sec omagu a ukọ sec ho na omada na arbitrators no mtio na de bia complaints no mo receive ogba mi tete tenure from Data Bank as a vice president obetra ho edwuma odidi ye okroma no
and I say Reverend Sonidin so
Reverend ogba mi tete, he knows my position on this matter. I've confronted him every day on this matter. Say you don't hold a financial sector constant in order to clean it. It is never done. E ko si ya obi awu ye no. Say Data Bank they wan.
David.
There are some of the Data Bank the enterprise group offices no. I have here one office no team. Na mi che ba ko pe ende say no ko for no mo. Oni be bia na Royal Bank wo. Ewo friends say omo branch na ewo
industrial area.
And
what na me CV.
I want to ho say ko wana ho.
Oba
na enterprise life na bo.
Me ni solo na ko na msuma no.
Me to oba na enterprise life na bo. Moi.
Hey,
Chese wa kunipa. Ase die chi akotone nam.
When chabi. Wa kunu asa fasika akotone nam no.
Ade abesi. Ye hunu mpo ne yakosie no. No, ade a ye di adwuma ye di Ghana for asese ye te unemployment. Unse almost say 19 financial institutions bi bobosia den. E ba ne say na sesi a no nkofo sa udwin say savings alone sesi bi ho. Nye le shehu no mu na otia omo nipa saving oti companies bi bio. Omko mba. Microfinance mu ko. They came for a purpose. And you bia no betimi di bank friend say commercial bank share so. Nti we no wo ho for omo a obu okra okowura bank a woro no pobo abonte.
Oh.
Onim sa.
Aye.
Osuro. Nti we mu na je omo atu a wa atu. Ehwe omo so no mo so bombra.
As a Pakwesi GN Bank.
Pa. Obekwa na obi asam obi aworo no pobo abonten. The People's Bank. Oba e wa yesa ma omo nyina wa guo. Nti sa ngofo ni peska omo nya bi na obi abegina nkwanchen se bra na mema obi no oje so obede. Oje so obede.
Ano metia me ya ebetimi ejai.
Yeah, me kura mabre. Sa ngofo me kase me ka o masem a me
ba me pese o wie.
Ahia me BP be koso.
Lest ndi.
Shareholders no. Ni ehu ya na me boma no. Ba ko yesi opoku Jemfi Boatin. Yo mi ami nu yo free grant e o GIPC. Oledami Adedora asede ana Franklin Hayford. Omona
Franklin Hayford me ya.
Mi minimo. Edin na mehu na minimo.
Yo free grant GIPC.
Minua.
Ba me hwene ye bia we hu.
Me hu sen. Me ni masa access glass aka hu ide. E be de na me hu. So
omo na ye omo dia. Omo na ye shareholder. Na data bank
ma me musa asemba ko.
Bisa me.
Onim say enterprise group listed on the stock exchange. Ghana Stock Exchange.
Mate.
It's a listed company. Listed companies are regulated by the Stock Exchange Act and the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Kafra.
A company by a friend Saham Group at 40% of data bank would $21 million. Out on the enterprise group. $21 million, 40%. 2017, company be free South Africa. Ebe toss 40% in enterprise group no at $130 million. For a listed company, it has to be cleared by Securities and Exchange Commission, that transaction, because it has the impact of influencing pricing on the stock exchange that is not related to the underlying value of the company.
Okay.
And this kotono stock exchange na ye ton share 20 cedis. Now what is obi beto 40% no Onua 50 cedis a. On koto.
Tell them Rikabeko.
Good. Next is a company will going to appreciate in value, not related to its value, but a transaction outside the bust. So you need Securities and Exchange Commission to clear. Obekono. Na enterprise group nko for no ba ko na director general.
No.
Ono ne ogba mi tete nete ho. One time omo ya transaction na Security and Exchange Commission kwa omo ni board. And that transaction must be cleared by the board. Into when they clear shares 21 million timi jump court 130 million.
But honorable, when you know, I say Parliament as an institution, you as a parliamentarian, when you know,
Nana, okwa no apem, me say okwa be kono to. Won't they making? One or petition?
Baby, all the petition be kono. On one crop for it to.
Me say obekwa hemfie ne na ne papa ne te ho. Enye ne papa na eni nua. Obehwe nche ho na say nana hema.
Na to.
Ono so ne wo fasia.
Ento de boss we mo.
Nana no obepe obi e bia nom no akotena baby. Eno ne de te ho. Na ekuro no de yegu kuro no. Egu kuro no na onyankopon na onyenkunye na edate ase.
No, but it's a conflict of interest there. It's an offense.
Yes, sir. Ohe na sesa no na odwenya kokot. Ana o hantie no. Enye Paul kura minister no deputy ba ko no.
Osedan.
Ni deputy ba ko yi. No ba na anu ya doctor yi. Dr. Kuma. Kokano news file my report been and from say if we are pained by the conflict of interest, I am court and test alone. Ndinana. Uno be ya sebe no o chere wa himfia. Obeko.
Woni obi anya asam e na ono ana e kire wa himfie
ono kire wa himfie
ekwan
se kwa ahembu ano na okwa obenya yi obenya solution obako
wow
nana mebusa obako
dabi
ko je ngwase
e be bu asam na bu tu
masa asam no cry in 2 days we shall see technicalities e ye fro na ya pe fufuraye
ona bunti check bonds na my say the kind na ono ade chem local dollars local currency or the local na foreign nso
foreign no de eno na ama ya jinsem ye ho kire say obai na ye no ya kire so 1 billion ebi kura ye kwa 850 750 o kan ye faze setekwe
that's right
timi ko no akwaje 750 no aba no de mu 500 akoto sinking fan say ya papa ko for bosia oboy o de dimpum to djuma no Eurobond 2007 no ebe mature 2017 ya to tobia ma ni aka ye be 500 ebe so 2017 first quarters be bisa nti enya hoboa no the $500 million no abeto sinking fund enye bia eduru a ye tuaka se na ebe ya nimonyama president ko for call bond market na Ghana nya ye say a free sa brand no be sin ne no ye ni obi ahwamo no ye timi ato aso sa papa ba yi no ndo tum ko 3 billion nti oba yi afi bia apart from 2017 and afi na
waba foforo
hwe no mamu no from 2018 afi bia $3 billion
asam na okay
dollars okay so okwaji bi kura ba be the party fish and fish and kenke party wa okay ama saada no nim o mo say afi bi atwemu no yakobo bosia na nsi hu no ye 11% ana omo ko enne no ya ma omo 9% ana say 8% into ma bo modern omo be kenke party na mbuza say so obi ko bo mbosia ena no na 11% na enne conditions no the yield curve is showing say 6% no mo de ma na ko 9% me na me ye wo data bank na ko ye sha say wo ko bo mbosia na o manager ko ya wo be pam no amono ne asa bakana ade na ade ne ye de ma 6% na wo de o say ena no de ye 11% is ko 9% by what na me che
ma say
na nipa na obu no kura na hu sa oba ya kura wani age a wodi kenkeni fish obesa bu biom obabu mo kenkeni fish 3 billion aisa grobi na edi na nko for say dey you say ya to apun mo sa beji biom say
mo de koye den
ana mo economy atoto apansam a yentimi hu se mo betumi tua se mo ntimi ntua eno na market ne yes say o ba dia ne o yield no kwaya kodu 20%. Na Bank of Ghana your bonds you are issuing $100 no. So ukure bi na o pe osika ukodwa so so okoton a this oton $60 na oboka 40.
Oh,
that is the reason why the people stop buying our bonds on the market. Yield no so
we kwa be boka $40.
So o turn $100. And I am si hu 9%.
Okay.
Okwa na nipa ne say o country ne say ne atoto apansam no. Say me de mebo Ghana Bible sia pa this manya 20%.
What's going to be
20% means that $100 no I must buy less than 100. Into uma me 9% na me the express as a percentage of how much I made ma una manya 20%. Into turn $60 mamia. Na me koje 9% no on $100 a na me the $9 no be express ya menya figure me pe. So what you say? And this is not like Bosnia you bought $100 so what turn in billions. Inti billion pieces no what boka be 40 billion. Say 1,000 pieces what boka 40,000. No am say sa dia. Masa mo ko die no mpa ya.
Dia kan de bon ho ba.
Papa
ya ma obi.
Yes so bi nkogum.
En na de yakosi na.
Ya banks ya o my downgrade o mo. Banks ni bebre no eto government of Ghana bonds. It is auto government of Ghana bonds no say 100 Ghana per bond. So see a bond no okofa a 3-year bond mature in 2027. It is going at a yield of 35%, which means it is selling at a discount of about 70 Ghana cedis from an initial price I will turn 100 Ghana. The International Financial Reporting Standard they say to government of Ghana bonds 20 million and the total balance sheet to swa. And yet 20 million is all the shadow. Name say turn in now saying that you have to mark the bonds to the market. That's the IFRS 9.
Okay.
O marking it to the marketer. O bon say 100 Ghana be minimum 70 Ghana.
What you 30?
What you 30? A mudu do say na wo same 1 million na wo same what you 30 million. Until we have moved away now from who's the first non-performing loans. And the ankwan kwadwuma na omkobo obozia no. Say you move from to toxic investment in government bonds.
Toxic investment in government bonds.
So because Ghana, there's a probability that we are going to do a restructuring, it means that you are likely to lose your money. If you are likely to lose your money, they ask the question, if we were to take a haircut, do you have a balance sheet to keep it? Into a bicycle 300 million and a total balance sheet. So now restructuring, your amount haircut now lose 300 million. O bank no, a better hobby. So what I say, into your monk of Foko say, assume a C bank. And then I buy them. I buy so 90 in Achia.
The bank in the betcha.
Say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My good man. It's a bank a crowd now. Tell my echo school be a sort of call you a bank. They say, I'll call bank near my target over here.
Bankers, no.
Oh, much trouble.
They are no much see customers. No one is coming out.
Because who they got to us, normally I got to government bank, the bank not here. And no near to say, apart from say banks in a disclaimer contractors here won't mean to. Government is now owing about 7% of GDP in arrears.
Oh, abe.
Nana.
What they say? Abe honorable.
Nana.
Abe. Ghana GDP, abaye ka odi wo mu nkoa 7%.
That's about 35 billion to 40 billion in arrears owed to contractors and
arrears
to contractors and service providers.
Answer the fresh.
Answer na the Nimu Bank of Ghana na se for my. Ne wo nua asumesi ekoje contract bia na wani age say no na de impunto bebe fie no. Sika ne koye ne maye no. Asumesi su de ka ho. Ya keka ni na kosie ni no. And nam 35 billion ma ohun baby obetua. Wudi omachia no ma issue bond. Ohun contractors etua amaka bonda. Ghana bakwasemu. What be that? And anu ya last week or 2 years, omo bond 1 billion Ghana. 1 billion Ghana na dey almost 29% of the say no. Ade be china obekwose okwakotoro obekwo kwetira ho sa obito. Nipa obeba so se o ma 1 billion no. Je se otiso. Nana, je se otiso. Contractor anti-contractor ya ma ya fan say waje 1 billion say wo de ko tua bank stocker. Now we turn at 80 Ghana. Now we cut 20 million, 200 million from the start. How can you survive? So you are basically killing contractors. Now bond on nke kwa ka turn from this camera. Wa we ya ban ubetimi akobo bosia no se skadi bi o ho etimi bobosia. Ada na wo bobosia no from this camera. Now mo paper so mo no mo turn jom ska. Ana contractors is here Ghana bond. It is a Beaufort paper now. Nam krum. Contractors are yet Ghana bond di kekeno. And no mkra bonds. Me of us here or no yes so contractor free titi wo ho. Oka se won tro invoice kwa ye problem no okra bond. What dey kwa dey.
Oma sound cry.
What dey kwa dey. Ana omo sori abrofa kesi enu me nua kodwo po de ana me ho ye mmobo
kodwo de
adwuma no kodwo pon se adwuma no oye ye de asem hye na no kasamafo no akoka
okay
se ojitum se onjitum ono de akoka 2 billion ya o se ebeba na anu na o dollars akoton yi Kojo obi a obeton. Baby a dollar ejina yi kojo.
Wo dollar.
Anya bia wo dollar obeton. Ana wo tu obi fu so ogoton ne dollar.
Why the beton?
You say there ya say 2 billion ba. 2 billion ya okoka mo soro okonom ti wo peduase a mo sane ba ye. Ebe issue statement 24th March no. Mo ka say 2 weeks 2 billion ne beba no. Yeti here 2 weeks.
March to August.
Yeti here 2 weeks. Am I? 750 kura mo de ba parliament ya ye ho adwuma ekọ 1 month no kura mai. O se mi nkoto me dollar.
Say Ghana by ho nya kono say ne bonds kura ye beto sika kro bi be ma ne bi.
Akono mpo de na chese ye na nya kono. Se u pe sika pa, o do sika, wa brave wa some free anya. Menko close to government.
Oh.
Eno kan obi na say omo kwa.
No.
Na say omo kwa 91%. Say omo kwa 91%, the 91 days. 182 days. Unim say investment banks omo run mutual funds na dey. Be brain na ho kire oni marko.
Heavy.
Ono dey sika ba o na o dey koye investment. O money yield and as a return of about 13%. Abayin so say abayin bobosia for 29.8%. Mean down 113%.
There be make 29.
From scam. So what I say?
I got 29.
Who office now you show? Who drew office na nko fo gina o. On ga say ye o de no wosoro na ban de na was form o de form na ban de na wosoro. Na me school fees, na me nua bi o da hospital se manye sike ya o kowu. Obeka bia ma wo de ayem hihye.
Ayi sika ma no.
Atta mo boss, so so de akoto boss.
Okay.
What am boss say na me nkoto na me ngiska na me ma papa iba. Obekọ akoduru ho no na bon ne bo order form. Uti na me chiri. Okọ akoduru ho no na omo tonko na asalai. Omo beto bi de ye hu wo ba na nipa ba ko abepie. Na wo nipa ba ko kota de na di eyi no ma betwa ho ahia. Nye ne open na oka. Ha? Ukota de na udru ho se eyi na mpe na nipa 20 abesam ho emidie yi na ye omidie na nya ne open na oka eno na ete ho sesi eyi tango fo ye kase ye ka ho asem a
ona bo mpacho me kase jai kasa obejai
me akasa mabre
eye because maybe other me one ha
when ya diarrhea
be ma menya diarrhea ti my fancy yedam ase munya hu se eja ne ba pe na ye signal no mo touch signal ti se ye
mo ye se ya me kobo ga no mo ha me se
NCA TV na atiko
tie ye se frafrani akura ye se ko parliament ko katwi aba mfamba
da bi utwi ni ye o
da bi me kofia me nya problem ana ba me abro bi o hwe ni was na mo asantini na mo sade na koye na mo se frafrani
all right I'm Honorable Isaac Adongo, a member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. Or to finance as Honorable Shadesua and I say
Monsieur Bia. Okay. And I've been also experience here.
Patro Sankrata with the meet me aje.
Oh, bet me afa.
My men sasa.
Ma ebi won kwa ma jot ho a ebeboa.
Me penny na the farmer.
O hwe ebebo.
Me asma jot mo aka ho.
Anansesem kwa na mto no a. Anansesem.
That's it. Need the Honorable Isaac Adongo. Bolga East. Bolga Central. Sorry. Bolga Central. Kafra. Bolga Central. MPA. Oh. I almost on the TV number. Mon pa mon fetch someone who say you ain't have no money. Honorable Patron.
Yeah, that's a pa.
Yeah, that is why by about many am I on a better last fe. Near the review now, bro. We'll be right back.
And you may I can't cancel no. You have my sister Paulina and a day after.
You may I can't cancel no. You better free. Abus chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey! Madam!
pani. Tinatet Hayan Herbal Capsule. A drawing tina brewati semi. Me ready a mention glasses. Obroni Bessie. See clear.
Hey, no crow. Tinatet Hayan Herbal Capsules. A full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A draw baby atwa. Got Tinatet Herbal Shop. Hey, now open. Tinatet Hayan. See clear.
Dear, papa. Hello, Midin Edinanama Ejiwa. Now what chimu shiame ewo abin waha. Dear. Me be popo mensano. Matchamo. How beauty queens do it.
And a yes society bet me bisa or buy it say we say dabe na be wire.
O wire fe en monyam but enyo obianso na ebone berry as say on me wire.
Robi na ka che say Sunday we there a beauty queen plus beauty queen.
MP who are the royalty kakra one okay. It's royal pot some pot.
I had your bar a empire. Boni indi.
Erade da was so am my answer can be. Na me boy na wood.
Abinwaha kwasi adabia 6 p.m. pepepe ewo Onua TV so.
Abinwaha nyumeko amaso yasin aye Cerelac a free Nestle Ghana exotic coconut juice a free Freddy beverages.
Onua TV ye dwene ho pa.
Akumemu nsem bosifiada. Akumemu nsem eye hintasem.
Onua TV ni Onua FM apomdin keteke na babiomu o yay Medina for enam se ya dwen mo ho ntino ya so yenkuku nkaka nyina eba Medina main lorry station baby ya fa Kumase cars no
eho no mo na Onua eni ni crew ana afa Rainbow eni ni crew eni other hospitals nyina no eba be bom na afa ya be ye osun dwumade e de amount ye be ye free health screening a no hepatitis ena malaria ye wi a ye betwa scan e de amount na emom kai say scan ne de enam se ye betwa wo liver wo kidney ena afa wo prostate ena wo uterus nti wo di sika kakra e be hye wo ho na afa yetimi aboa na ye hwe wo wi a ya mau affordable treatment and as affordable medication and nyina no eye herbal way meka no kre a kire say dwumadie we no wonya wo babia ase wo nua ne Rainbow enye tufa na se wo hia yan ya na ye de apomuden e na ebo wontoa
bomadi aso be hia ye yawada 25th of August 2022 and the Fiada 26th of August 2022 abra yedi Onua apomudin keteke no ebra wo weni waso uti uridie baby ya oye bia bra be free screening no na ye check up no ne to no ni bi na hwe na bibia enkoso ye de nyompa enkomode bibia bi ebra wo e wo main station ho bomodin sa obeba ye dwene wo ho pa enti ne ye hye sa adwumadie Onua TV Onua FM apomudin keteke ya dwene mo ho pa
enyimaku aso ya sene digmadi ebrewo Rainbow Scientific Herbal Clinic, Active Point Dental Clinic, Ghana AIDS Commission, Top Choco and Flora Tissue. Supporters and so Freddy's Beverage, Aqua Gold Mineral Water, Specialties Catering, Onua TV and Onua 95.1. Akan ye ho aboy mu die na ye Onua apomudin keteke papa pa kuchu chuku po
Machi da uban kratan pensen mu nyumeko amaso yasin eye Indomie.
Yenda Indomie asese anope womo esu yasene ne de dobon krata mo boso no toto yede abrewo anope daily graphic ewa ha as usual daily guidance so ekita da chema na Ghanaian Times ekita eyetago bebia a time na dru no one story and asese 1 minute na obia e fa na chese stories a obetimi bia ye within 1 minute no na wan kasa wakeka e de asi ani enti anope sei na daily graphic dobon krata no enimu tie o ma panyin